Welcome to the Hidden Palace with Skyblaze.
Good morning, afternoon, evening or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Skyblaze and this is the Hidden Palace here on Radio SEGA. Thanks to Rexy for a great mixer drive as always, and a wonderful lead into my show, which has been moved again because I was out last night, as you may be able to tell from the state of my voice. So, apologise for the slight hoarseness going on there. But today I'm going to be talking about the SEGA CD-32X games. So, most of you will be familiar with the term the Tower of Power, which is kind of a SEGA fan in-joke. And this is a combination of the Mega Drive with the Mega CD and the 32X add-ons, and usually a copy of Sonic & Knuckles with a cartridge in the top of that as well, just to really make it completely ridiculous. But while the Mega CD and 32X do have their own games which take advantage of the hardware of the respective devices, there weren't any games which could take advantage of both, were there? Well, actually there were. There weren't very many, but there were some, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. Now we're starting with a game called Corpse Killer, which was released in 1995 for the Mega CD, and then a year later for the Mega CD, 32X and Saturn. It seems that Sega really wanted people to play this game. This full-motion video game has you playing a nameless soldier dropped onto a tropical island, which is under the rule of the maniacal Dr. Hellman, who has combined the powers of voodoo and science to create an army of zombies. This is a terrible bad B-movie plot, isn't it? Let's be honest. In the starting video, you find yourself snagged on a tree by your parachute, and before a zombie manages to eat you, you're saved by the Rastafarian, Winston. Okay, fair enough. However, he is not alone, as he soon takes you to his base, and you meet reporter Julie Barnes. As is the case for a lot of the early FMV games, the acting is not exactly going to be subject to an Oscar nomination. Right, I've blathered for long enough, so let's have some music. So from the Mega CD BIOS, we've got the European and Japanese BIOS music, because it's great. Shut up, I will fight you. And the Corpse Killer intro and theme. This is the only music I could find for this damn thing, so I apologise for that. I think it's got some talking in it, but let's experience it anyway.
Get your booty down here, you poor damn fool. Winston gonna cut you down, man. But we gotta jump quick now. Zombie come.
And we are back. And that was Corpse Killer intro and theme and Mega CD European and Japanese BIOS screen. I've just been informed by Electric Boogaloo that Corpse Killer is actually getting a re-release on the PlayStation 4 by Limited Run Games. The 25th anniversary edition, apparently. Apparently pre-orders begin this coming Friday. I don't entirely know why you'd want to do that. I mean, it's a piece of history and kitsch, I guess. And it's quite funny to take the Michael out of, but I guess if that's your thing, maybe. Speaking of Corpse Killer, though, just to finish off, thankfully you can actually skip the cutscenes in the game and get to the actual gameplay. It's a pretty standard on-rails shooter, but you can use it as a light gun game, so dealing into what I was talking about last week. And you can use your Menacer peripheral to great effect. The level background is the FMV, which scrolls from right to left, and the enemies are animations of actors, which move across the screen or shamble towards you. When the enemies are your standard fare, there is one special enemy called the Shadow Man, which moves across the screen. He starts out as black and grows steadily lighter. Once he reaches white, you can kill him, and it will kill all enemies on the screen. Shoot him any sooner, and he will hurt you instead. Electro Boogaloo's saying that Night Trap and Double Switch has sold quite well for limited run games. Yeah, alright. Nerds, I guess. They will collect anything. My darling Greyfor is saying that there were lots of differences between the CD-32X CD and Saturn versions. I'm not going to go into all of them now, because I will be here all day. But yeah, there were some differences. Let's have some more music. So, because a lot of these games are pretty obscure, I've had to use some other Mega CD and 32X music. So, from Eternal Champions, the theme for Ramesses, Eternal Champions CD, I should say, and from our friends over at OC Remix, from the Temporal Duality album, we've got Metafist's Base for a Better Tomorrow, which is from the Japanese special stage. So enjoy those, and I'll speak to you guys again after the break.
to Radio Sega, playing the best Sega music 24/7.
My mouse is misbehaving again. Right, that was Metafist's Base for a Better Tomorrow from the Japanese version of the special stage theme from Sonic CD. And before that we had Eternal Champions Challenge of the Dark Side for the Mega CD, Ramses theme. yeah, for some reason in my library, Eternal Champions, Challenge of the Dark Side is just labelled as Eternal Champions Mega CD, so I don't know why, but it is. And I was having technology issues earlier, because earlier this week we switched to using a solid-state drive for the main Windows boot disk, which is great because it's so much faster, but it meant that all of my other drives, including the external drive that I keep all my Radio Sega music on, changed drive letter, and Radio DJ threw a massive tantrum. So, oh well. Eventually manage to fix it, but it meant I was in a bit of a hurry to get the playlist up and running. Oh well. Anyway, back to the stuff I'm actually supposed to be talking about. So, released in 1995, a game called Fahrenheit is another FMV game where you take the role of a rookie fireman of Firehouse Station 13. After an introduction to the rest of the staff at the station, you're taken to your first mission, which is, of course, a burning house. Once you're in control, you have to choose which direction you want to go in, either left, right or forward, but you have to be quick as your decisions are timed, so failing to choose causes the computer to choose for you, which always happens to be the wrong way. The other thing that you want to decide quickly, I can say words, is your oxygen, of which you have a limited supply. As you progress through the game, the levels become increasingly hard to navigate. So this, coupled with limited amount of oxygen that you have, means you have to utilise the maps in the instruction manual, and your knowledge of the level from previous plays as the main ways of completing the levels. So if you lose the manual and you have a poor sense of direction, basically you're kind of stuffed. In the time before the internet, I suppose somebody somewhere has uploaded the entire thing onto Game FAQs or somewhere. While the majority of the world received the game only for the Mega CD, the USA and Brazil received it as a double pack of the Mega CD and Mega CD-32X versions. Further to this, the US, and probably the Brazilian version, but I'm not entirely sure, have a unique security feature where you have to put in the Mega CD disc first before switching to the Mega CD-32X disc to be able to play the Mega CD-32X version. That sounds convoluted and probably not terribly effective. Electric Boogaloo is saying that Fahrenheit is really, really hard. I can fully believe it. And there's a YouTube channel called Good Cow Games, which has done a Sega CD and 32X CD split-screen comparison. That's pretty interesting. I might have a look at that later. Rexy posted a picture of a mouse and a hammer. You have no idea how tempted I am. I'm sure it's my other half who keeps breaking the mice, because that's 2 he's murdered now. Okay. Doan's saying, weird security mechanisms on early games equals hateful. Yeah, I know, right? Things like the thing where you had to turn to certain pages in the instruction manual, so if you didn't have the instruction manual, you were stuffed. On one occasion, I remember reading about either the manual was misprinted or the wrong version of the manual had been shipped with the game, so it didn't matter what page the security thing said to turn to, because it would be wrong. Which is a bit unfortunate when you've paid for a game and you can't play it. Electric Wheel is saying that the entire map system on Fahrenheit is very, very convoluted. Yeah, I can believe that. Because it looked pretty hardcore when I was looking at it earlier. Okay. Let's have some more music, I think. Because Greyforce saying it's not my fault the mice are defective. Aha. Of course. Okay, let's have some music then, as I was saying before. So, from Fahrenheit, I've managed to find a copy of the intro theme. And then after that, from Chaotix, Knuckles Chaotix, which is of course on the 32X, We've got Will Rock's OC remix for Door into Summer, inevitably, called Door into Chaotix. So I'll play that and I'll speak to you guys again after the break. And we are back. And that was Fahrenheit's intro theme and Will Rock's Chaotix Door into Chaotix. From Door into Summer from Knuckles Chaotix on 32X. We've gone to talking about cats for some reason. Oh, we're talking about mice. And Doan was saying their cat, Hugo, fetches in his own mice. And apparently also sleeps on Doan's handheld consoles, like their DS. And there's actually a picture of him sleeping, like using a DS as a pillow. Just adorable. We're saying that the intro theme from Fahrenheit is actually really, really good. And it's a bit of a shame that there isn't a complete high-quality version available to find, because I did look, I couldn't find one. It would actually make a really good remix, so if Rexy or one of your colleagues over at OC Remix want to get on that, I would download. Can confirm. Right then, I'm actually going to start talking about the stuff I was supposed to be talking about. Slam City with Scottie Pippen. Released for the Mega CD and Mega CD-32X in 1994, is the only sports game out of the Mega CD-32X games that made that I am aware of. It is actually a basketball game starring Scottie Pippen, a player for the Chicago Bulls, who came into the spotlight quite a bit later after... Scottie Pippen, a player for the Chicago Bulls, who came into the spotlight after Michael Jordan retired in 1993. As we know, he did come back. You play as Ace, which is a new guy in town looking for some serious hoop action. Okay. And you take part in one-on-one matches versus various basketball players in FMV format. Again, with the FMV. They were completely obsessed with FMV during the Mega CD era, which is really baffling because it looked awful. It did not age well at all. The idea is to gain respect in an effort to face off against Scottie Pippen in a one-on-one match. Your opponents consist of people called Fingers, Juice, Mad Dog, and Smash. Each one getting harder in difficulty, but all of them let you face off against Scottie when you reach 1 million respect points. The more difficult the opponent, the more points you'll gain from beating them. The game is also, as far as I could find, the only Mega CD game that came out on multiple discs. The main reason for this is due to the fact that each of your initial opponents have their own discs, but all have the ability to face Scottie at the end. Again, very convoluted. I know that video compression was incredibly difficult in that era, so it's not hugely surprising because CDs were quite low capacity at that time. Okay. Right. Well, I did manage to find a copy of the Slam City theme, so I'm going to play that, and after that I'm going to play from Echo the Dolphin CD. Is it Echo the Dolphin's Tides of Time? I think it might be. It's Spencer Nielsen's Aquavistas anyway. So enjoy that, and I will see you after the break. No, speak to you after the break.
Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. What you gonna get? Gonna get respect. What you gotta get? Gotta get respect. What you wanna get? Wanna get respect. So how do you earn respect? Welcome to the city that slams with no pity. I hope you're ready for slam, slam, slam city. If you're committed to hard hitting, good ridden, cause ain't nobody tricking, sticking, Scottie Pippen. With the team or without one, you're gonna get done. One-on-one, here I come, son. Just a thought that brings the pressure. But so what? Cause on the court, I'll be dunking like donuts. So bring your ego, can't wait to do ya. You want respect, if you earn it, I'll be more than happy to give it to you. So bring it on, bring your best hook, ace, bring your best shot. But if you're beaten, then I guess not. What you wanna earn here is respect, yo. You wanna win, you gotta get all you can get, yo. Just remember, ace, you been won. So bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. What you gonna get? Gonna get respect. What you gotta get? Gotta get respect. What you wanna get? Wanna get respect. So how do you earn respect? What you gonna get? Gonna get respect. What you gotta get? Gotta get respect. What you wanna get? Wanna get respect. So how do you earn respect? What you gonna get? Gonna get respect. What you gotta get? Gotta get respect. What you wanna get? Wanna get respect. So how do you earn respect?
You're listening to Radio Sega, playing the best Sega music 24/7.
And we are back. And that was Spencer Nilsson's Aquavistas. Apparently that track is in Echo 1 and 2, Echo CD 1 and 2, so it's a great track. It's I play the Spencer Nilsson Echo CD stuff when I'm in the bath because it's so chill and relaxing. So there was a bit of a debate in the Discord about whether or not it was the same track in both of them. Apparently it is. Rapid Run saying, suddenly old school hip hop with the Slam City thing. Yeah, I know, right. I'm not really a fan of that kind of music, but you know, I'll play it if it's relevant to what I'm doing. Okay. Now we're on to Surgical Strike. Which was released for the Sega CD in 1995, and then the Sega CD-32X version of the game was only brought out in Brazil in 1996, where around 500 copies were sold. Ow. Plans to release the game elsewhere in the world were cancelled at the last minute due to poor sales of the Mega CD version. The game apparently is set in an alternate timeline where the Gulf War didn't end as we know it, and all soldiers worldwide are considered terrorists. What? The player is part of a special UN team called the Surgical Strike, tasked with hunting down these terrorists. Another FMV game, of course it is, where you move a reticule around the screen to shoot at enemies, and move your camera at selected points to navigate around the level that you're in. As you navigate, firing bullets and missiles at your enemies, you have to try and locate and take down noted targets, which are marked on your map, which you open with the start button. Each foe and target you take down is met with a cutscene, which can be a bit of a nuisance with navigation as it overrides your ability to change direction. No wonder this version sold poorly. As with Fahrenheit, it includes the same security feature where you have to put in the Mega CD game in first if you want to play the Sega CD-32X version. I really don't know why they did this. It's so bizarre, and it probably didn't even work. And Electric Boogle is saying that Surgical Strike was designed by Night Trap co-creator and director James Riley. So clearly a paragon of talent there. Oh dear God. Rex is saying about having playing echo music when you're in the bath. I have a walk-in shower now, so I can't get the same experience. Crying face. Oh, Rexy. Doan saying bath dolphin heart. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Right, let's have some more music, and then we'll go into the Chiptune Corner after the break. And then we'll finish off for tonight. So here is from Surgical Strike. It's just labelled as BGM02, so I have no idea what it is, but it's all I could find music-wise from that game. And after that, from Shiny Force CD, an OC remix from Quinn Fox called Five-Sided Square. So enjoy those, and I'll speak to you guys again after the break. So that was a nice relaxing tune from Quinn Fox over at OC Remix from Shineful CD called Five-Sided Square. Head over to OC Remix if you want to download some of that. Just talking about, because apparently the guy who did the music for Surgical Strike was a guy with an incredibly cool name of Mars Lazar, which looks a lot like his name is Mars Laser, which is amazing. He sounds like a cyberpunk protagonist. And with saying that some people have got incredibly badass names that they can adapt to the profession they work for. Rexy's saying that they had a food technology teacher who was her surname of Pye, P-Y-E. And Darwin's saying they had a German teacher initials were initials in the register were G-O-D. Wow. Greyfall saying they had a religious studies teacher called Mr. Curse. Alright. And I had, when I was in secondary school, I had a music teacher called Mr. Key. Yeah, it's one of those, what's the word? nomenclature things. Nominative determinism, that's the one. I'm very tired, it's been a very busy weekend and my brain isn't working. Anyway, Chiptune Corner. Some of you may be old enough to remember playing on the early MS-DOS PCs, Amigas or Atari STs, and you might be familiar with a game called Cannon Fodder, which is a very darkly satirical squad-based shooting game. Its satirical themes and dark humour were not exactly received warmly by certain parts of the British press, who didn't get the joke, but the sense of humour that it displayed were epitomised in its blackly comedic title theme, which was composed by a man called Richard Joseph. So, have a listen now, and please let me know what you think. So this is the theme from Cannon Fodder. I hope you enjoy that, and I'll speak to you guys again after the break. Enjoy. Back, and that was the title theme from Cannon Fodder, composed by Richard Joseph. Electric Boogaloo is saying that John Hare may have been involved in writing the lyrics to War Has Never Been So Much Fun. At 8-Bit Symphony the other weekend, it was confirmed that Richard Joseph did do the music for the title theme. I know that John Hare and Alistair Brimble were also involved in doing some of the music, but I don't know who did what, per se. So it's entirely possible that John Hare did write the lyrics. But I don't have confirmation. I just know that Joseph did the music, and he's credited as composer. So, there you go. Anyway, that's it for today's show. Thank you everybody who tuned in today. So I've got Electric Boogaloo, Mr. Jamie Wonderman, Rapid Run I think I saw earlier, Doan, Grey4, Rexy has been working very hard on doing the tweets for today's show, so thank you very much for that. And thank you for my lead-in earlier today. Anybody else who's been listening in, or participating through Twitter or Facebook. Anybody who's just lurking. If you have any ideas for a topic you want me to cover here on The Hidden Palace, please let me know. You can reach me on Twitter, where I'm at Blazing Skies, or through the Radio Sega Discord, where you can find me, I'm Skyblaze42. Or you can just contact the Radio Sega Twitter or Facebook page, and the message will come to me eventually. Right. I think that's it for tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I've been Skyblaze. This has been The Hidden Palace here on Radio Sega. I'm going to play you out with the St. Gabriel's Mask vocal remix from Sega Power Cuts, because I played some Echo music earlier, and I love this track, it's amazing. So enjoy that, and I will see you guys next week, hopefully. As long as I don't get stolen again. So thanks everybody for listening. Take care everyone. Good night.
Enjoyed the show? Check out the full Radio Sega live schedule at radiose.ga/shows. Radio Sega, playing the best Sega music 24/7.